Yo, what's going on, guys? Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you guys are doing fine. Welcome back to another discussion. We're gonna call this a Leo Basics video as well, but with a mic this time. Okay, so let's start with the topic of this video, which is damage or Oki. You can probably tell where I'm going with this already. But yeah, in the previous video, I briefly explained what soft and hard knockdowns are. Let's say you launch your opponent with this standard ass combo. Boom, 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 and you want all your damage, you just do this, right? Boom, 60 damage. The opponent is all the way over there. The neutral is completely reset. Like you need to be worried about how you come in. You need to be worried about how he comes in. You need to be worried about keep out moves, you know, etc., etc., right? So you lose all your momentum. You don't have momentum, but you do have the damage. You know what I mean? If you don't kill with this combo, then you have no momentum at all, and you need to get in again, or you need to, you know, be worried about how they come in. That's why sometimes it's good to sacrifice the damage for momentum, right? Because if you do this, for example, boom, 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 which is the soft knockdown. You see, you still have the momentum. You do sacrifice 5 damage points, for example, but you have the momentum and you can keep your pressure going. And the other Oki option is hard knockdown, which is specifically to set up something or to apply 50-50 mix-ups right after it. The thing with hard knockdowns is that they cannot tech when they touch the ground. Like, they don't have the option to tech roll. You can do this, for example. So hard knockdowns are basically there to set up something big, like a mix-up or maybe something that's guaranteed right after it. Basically setups, right? And that's what you use hard knockdowns for. But in my opinion, Leo benefits from hard knockdowns way better after a backturn combo. For example, if you do this, right? Yeah, you can use it that way, and it covers a lot more wake-up options than if you do it from the front. So that's why, personally, in my humble opinion, I feel like you should use hard knockdowns after a backturn combo instead of like from the front, because you don't really get much out of it with Leo. You don't only get those knockdowns during juggles, you can also get them in the neutral from standing position. For example, this is a soft knockdown, this is a soft knockdown, you know, this is a soft knockdown. Basically anything that knocks down the opponent and they can tech roll, that's a soft knockdown. Same thing goes for hard knockdowns. In the neutral, if you do this, for example, that's a hard knockdown. From the top of my head, there are like 4 moves that count as hard knockdowns from neutral. You have this. You have like this. They cannot tech roll. You have counter hits. Oops. Counter hit down 2. That's a hard knockdown. You have counter hit down back 2. That's a hard knockdown. Remember in the previous video when I stated that if they don't tech soft knockdowns, they will enter a down state and guaranteed follow-ups can happen? Well, it's the same thing with Leo's hard knockdowns from a standing position. For example, if I do full crouch down for 3, boom, the opponent immediately enters a down state because they can't tech roll, and then we will have guaranteed follow-ups right after it. Right, we can do this, for example. And with full crouch down for 3, we have like 4 different follow-ups we can go with, and they all give us most of them give us different results. For example, full crouch down for 3, boom. If I want to damage, I do this, right? It's like 40 damage total. If I want Oki, I do this, which is 36 damage. You have Oki right after it. And if you want something in between, you do this, right? Boom. That's the thing I do the most because it gives me 38 damage. Like, too short from the max damage one. And I kind of get some decent Oki. It's not really the best Oki. So it's like something in between, right? Boom, boom. I mean running state right after it. So the Oki is not that bad, but the damage is also not that bad. So that's the option I use the most right after it. But you also have this. Boom. It's kind of like the same thing. It's also in between. You get 39 damage. The Oki is not crazy or anything like that, but you get some damage. It's like 1 damage short out of max damage. So yeah, personally, I really recommend using this if you are not looking for the damage, right? Or specifically if you're not looking for the Oki and the damage at the same time. But if you want the damage, just use this. And then the next hard knockdown we have is down forward 1-2. Boom. You can do 3 things, right? You can do this, which is max damage, 29 damage total. The Oki sucks though, but you know, you can just take the guaranteed damage. You can do this. It's 28 damage. Okay, yeah, 28 damage. Same kind of Oki, kind of sucks. But if you want the Oki option, you do this. You see how great the Oki is? It's only 2 damage points short of max damage, which is 29. So yeah, 27 damage with decent Oki, you know, is good. And also, if the opponent likes to recovery kick or toe kick, it's gonna refloat. So that's why using while standing 3 is really good. And then we have hard knockdowns from counter moves, down 2 counter hits and down back to 2, the last hit counter hit. They kind of like give us the same effect on counter hit, so we have the same exact identical follow-ups after it. Our 2 best follow-ups are up for 3+4 and the stomp. So if I do down 2 counter hits, I just do this. That's our max damage, 47 damage. Then if I do this, boom, that's 46 damage. So like, you can really choose on which one you like, because the Oki is basically the same for both. We don't really have Oki after these options. So and the damage is almost identical. It's like only 1 damage point difference. So if you want to be greedy with your damage and always, you know, always go for max damage, even if it's like only 1 damage point more, then you can always do this, right? So hard knockdowns aside, another thing we need to address are wall combos. Because every time we are in this situation, we need to ask ourselves what exactly we want from this wall combo. Do we want Oki or damage? And as we all know, Leo has a whole bunch of wall combo options, and each option has a purpose. Like, for example, we have damage, we have like something in between, and then we have Oki. So I'm just gonna go over the options, the main ones, because Leo has a whole bunch of options we can go for as wall combos. I'm just gonna go over the main ones and explain why we should use them. So I'm gonna go over this real quick. First off, you have this option. Like, it's very consistent. You will always need this option because of how consistent it is, and with how easily you can always adapt this with any wall carry. There's no real Oki behind it or anything of that sort. Like, there's not much you can do after doing this, but you do get some decent damage, so I would say it's very useful. Now the next option is this. In my opinion, that's just the best one because you get both damage and Oki. The last bit, block 2 in that combo is is unskilled, it would always it will always do 16 damage no matter what combo you used before, no matter how many hits, it will not scale. So that's the damage part. And it's a pancake flip, which means that it flips the opponent and they won't be able to access their fast wake up options like toe kick or spring kick. You recover like way faster than them, so like the Oki is very good and the damage is there. So yeah, you get both of them, damage and Oki. So in my opinion, that's just the best option for wall combos. Anytime you have the opportunity to use this, always do it. And then you have these three options. They kind of do the same thing, all three of them. I mean, kind of, because the last one I'm gonna show does something a bit different. So yeah, you can do this. 49 damage. Like that's you get no Oki from this, right? Absolutely no Oki, but you do get the damage. So if you want the damage, you want to kill your opponent with this, then just do this, or you can do this. That's 1 damage point more. That's also for damage. You have no Oki after this. So if you want to kill your opponent, also use that, or you can do this. This one is a bit tricky. You can use it for damage, of course. I mean, primarily for damage, but sometimes you will side switch with your opponent when you do this at the end, and you get some Oki from this. So yeah, I'm gonna say you can use this. You can use it like for Oki sometimes. You get some cheeky stuff from that, but yeah, it's primarily for damage. We have this one. You can also use it for damage only because there's no Oki after this. It's pretty much non-existent. So yeah, we can group this with the rest of the wall combos I just mentioned earlier, but this one does like a tiny bit less damage than the rest. But yeah, it's still used for only damage. And then you have this. This is my second favorite because you kind of get both damage and some Oki. Like the damage is not bad and you recover faster than your opponent, so it's still great. And if you want something in between, then always use this. Like yeah, you don't really miss out on damage, and also you recover faster than your opponent, so you kind of have some momentum right after it. Now if you are looking for pure Oki and momentum and you're willing to sacrifice damage for that, then you can use this. This one will give you some momentum, especially if you know how to keep the wall pressure right after it. For example, you can do this and you can keep the wall pressure. You recover way faster than them, so there are a whole lot of things you can do. But yeah, it's up to you on which wall combo you like to use. But if you want to kill your opponent, then I wouldn't say, like I would say use things like this, right? Like more damaging wall combos. But if you want the Oki, or like you know you want to kill your opponent, so you want to keep the pressure going, you can use this, you know. So yeah, that's about it for this part. I just wanted to, you know, explain the concept of Oki or damage, which applies to wall combos and also in the neutral from hard knockdowns and follow-ups. And I'll be back with another part talking about another Oki topic. I'll see you in the next one. Peace everyone, thanks for watching and liking this video. I greatly appreciate it. Peace.